Well, good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? I am not off today. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman, will be the mailman shortly. I'm in my mailman attire. Just wanted to do a video here, a morning. I'm still going to do my drive-in video, so maybe I'll post this for lunchtime-ish. Just a little video. Talk about a couple things I want to talk about. Man, we really are in the dog days, aren't we? We're literally 42 days until, roughly, I'm figuring the players are going to report either the Tuesday or Wednesday, third week in August. It's around 42 days. Listen, at the end of the day, I can't do it without my lights. Here we go. Light it up, baby. 42 days until training camp. Again, there's a lot of questions to be had as far as filling some spots on the offensive line. We got plenty of bodies to do it. But, again, that's something that we're going to have to be concerned with. The one thing I'm not concerned with is CeeDee Lamb. Arguably, he's up there. Whether you say he's 1, 2, 3, 4, he's up there. CeeDee Lamb for a slot receiver, over 1,700 yards, young, hungry, learned the lesson 2 seasons ago in New York Giants when he dropped that ball. Ever since that day, my man's been on a tear. Basically leading the NFL in receptions and yards since that game. But again, not bad for a slot receiver, right? But anyway, listen, again, people say, why do you talk so much Eagles? Well, again, you don't have to watch me if you want. If you just want to hear homerism, there's a lot of channels, YouTube channels you could watch. I keep it real. I call out my players. If anybody knows me, I've called out many at Cowboys. I'm on board and saying if Dak is done after this year, okay, I'm good. As long as we have a replacement for him. We don't know that it's Trey Lance. We don't know that yet. So if he's gone, I'm not stuck with Dak. I'm not a hater one way or another. The man wins a lot of football games. Okay, he's only got 2 playoff wins. I get it. Trust me. My son gets it. He's never seen an actual winner. I've seen, in my lifetime, I remember 4 Super Bowls. So I don't remember the first one. I ain't going to lie to you. But I remember 4 Super Bowls. I remember the 2 losses 2 out of 3 years in the Super Bowl against the Steelers. And I, as a kid, I looked back at those losses as bad moments, not, wow, at least we got to the Super Bowl. Absolutely not. I remember after the first one, my brother threw almost like this, but it was a different version back in the day. A little troll doll. He threw it up in the tree, and it sat there again until we lost it again 2 years later, and then we finally had to go up and get it and remove the mojo, and then and then we had a run. But I don't sit back and look back at the times we lost to San Fran in a championship game or Super Bowl losses. Talk to Buffalo Bills. You think Buffalo Bills are happy to lose 4 straight Super Bowls? I mean, they don't look at that. They try and hide from that. Jim Kelly, they know they were a great team, but again, it's all about the hardware. To those people out there who want to flex because you get to them, okay. Well, listen, I'm in a different world than you. Speaking to my Cowboy fans right now, I would like to have more postseason success. Obviously, you know what? Not so much for me. It's more about, I feel like we're wasting careers by not making that extra move or two. Not now necessarily, but during the season, like Howie does. Again, Eagle fans, I'm throwing you praise here, so don't pick and choose what I say. Like Howie, he may not be able to draft great, and I know you go, well, you're like slamming him. Well, he hasn't drafted a linebacker or a corner as of yet. We'll see what the Kenyon Mitchell can do. I'm hearing that the Keely Ringo is going to start over him, so we'll see. We'll see if Big Sills is just talking shit or if he actually knows something. But, I feel bad for the players in Dallas who have come and gone that were Hall of Fame players that never saw a Super Bowl. I think Romo was borderline Hall of Fame. He's not a Hall of Famer, but I'd say he's borderline. If you would have had more postseason success. Tyron Smith, first ballot Hall of Famer. I would love to have seen more out of him, but he went into that by not being available. Tyron Smith averaged 7 games a year over the last 5. Can't do that. Now you sign a big deal with the Jets. We'll see. They obviously didn't feel that confident in your availability because they went out and drafted a first-round left tackle. So, but anyway, not making this a long video. I do want to touch on a couple things. The Dallas Cowboys, like one of the things that they do well is find the talent in all areas of everywhere. They will find a guy anywhere and give him a shot. Dallas Cowboys have had great luck going into the XFL, UFL. They have assigned 2 players recently that have made a Pro Bowl from that league. So if anybody that's sitting back just poo-pooing the move or a possible move, I wouldn't do that. Especially a team who's in need of certain positions. Cavante Turpin, we know he made a Pro Bowl as a special teamer, and the Brandon Aubrey. I was hard on Brandon Aubrey, but boy, did he shut me up. Brandon Aubrey was the man. But Dallas Cowboys, I want to review this article with you guys. We'll share my screen. Here we go. Dallas Cowboys. Per Nick Harris, they are bringing in linebacker from the Battlehawks. Dallas Cowboys have made a habit of finding talent in the spring football leagues. The last 2 seasons, Cavante Turpin and in 22 and Brandon Aubrey. The Cowboys are scheduled to work out UFL linebacker Willie Harvey Jr. on Tuesday after Harvey put together an all UFL season playing for the St. Louis Battlehawks, where he led the league in tackles and all linebackers in tackles for loss and forced fumbles. Originally from Hastings, Florida, Harvey attended Iowa State, where he was a three-time All Big 12 honorable mention, went undrafted in 2019, and signed with the Cleveland Browns as an undrafted free agent, where he spent 3 seasons and played 4 games, 2 career tackles, both on special teams. After being released by the Browns, Harvey's journey led him to the XFL, where he signed with the Battlehawks and played 2 seasons in St. Louis. 5'11", 230-pound Harvey is an undersized linebacker with a height perspective, but makes up for it with physical nature of play that fills running lanes and attacks the backfield. His experience in UFL has seen him play all 3 linebacker positions in his professional career, with Mike Zimmer bringing in a new defensive system that requires depth numbers at the linebacker position. The Cowboys could benefit from Harvey's presence if they see fit after Tuesday's workout. So Willie Harvey Jr. Is going to be coming in to earn he possibly be signed and try and earn a spot on this team in training camp. Training camp is 42-ish days away, so it's coming in close. We're getting close. I know Mark's going to training camp towards the end. He changed up his dates again, so have fun, bro. But he's going to training camp. I'll be working. So, but yes, we'll see what he could do. I welcome anybody that can play all 3 levels of the defense. I'm on board for. Willie Harvey Jr. He 5'11", 230. He's like a fire plug. So we'll see. We will definitely see. Another thing I wanted to go over with everybody before I get out of here is obviously the center camp battle. Everybody seems to be concerned about it outside of me. I'm not. I know I have Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman played multiple games there, been working all season very hard at it. He's bigger, stronger than Tyler Biadasz. Again, but we went out and we drafted Cooper Beebe, who's ultimately probably the guard. But let's not forget, we got TJ Bass out of Oregon, yet another he was a free agent after the draft last year who played multiple games with us after injury to Tyron on the offensive line. So, TJ Bass is a starter in this league. Some would say maybe he should have been drafted in the 4th or 5th round. And Asim Richards, who we kind of reached for out of North Carolina, may not make the team this year if the roles were reversed. It's easy to sit back and say, oh, well, we drafted Asim Richards in round 5 and he didn't work out, but we got a free agent who is very, very good. So it's a wash. You really don't want to look at it that way. But, all right, let's go. TJ Bass on the process of center before camp battle. We already know he can play guard because he played guard last year. I believe he is the swing guard. It's like so. We have a lot of people. These two, he's not expected to be a starter day one, but he very well could be. That's the thing. Everybody wants to talk about our offensive line depth. Unproven as it may be, TJ Bass has played. Hoffman has played. So we'll see. But when TJ Bass was acquired as an undrafted free agent shortly after the conclusion of the 2023 NFL Draft, it was seen as a valuable addition given Bass's strong interior play at Oregon. Phil would know. Phil played a quarterback in the University of Oregon, my partner. So he loved Bass in the throughout the whole draft process. Maybe a little homerism, possibly. What may not have been foreseen at the moment was the type of impact he would have as a rookie as he went on to play all 17 games, including 2 starts and plays of injured starters. The depth option that Bass provides was huge, as he provided a strong force to the interior offensive line and walked away after the season as arguably the team's best rookie. That's scary, But for Bass, it's good. An undrafted free agent was our best, just out of sheer production last year. Mainly due to injury and underwhelming play by Mozzie. Heading into year 2, the work is continuing now for established Bass, who now finds himself lurking in the shadows of a competitive center battle that awaits the team when it arrives at Oxnard for training camp next month, while also being the primary depth option at guard behind Zach Martin and Tyler Smith. I feel like I've had a really good offseason, especially coming back here. Bass said, I was training out in Arizona, then I'll go back during this week before camp. I just want to see a big jump out of myself when it comes to knowledge and technique and the little stuff. The big part of playing is all upstairs for these young guys. The center position is not one that Bass had to soak in as much as he had to this offseason, as the process has been entirely different than what he has grown to be used to at guard. It's more, the process of it's completely different because everybody is off of you. You're basically the quarterback. You are setting the table. You are setting the table for the whole offense, the center. My opinion, Dallas, since Travis Frederick, we kind of settled into Tyler Biotish, and he was okay, but he was out-muscled most games, and it's going to be nice not to have that anymore. Sorry, Tyler, but we'll see it with the Commanders. He said, when I'm at right guard, I'll walk up, and now we're going. But at center, you're making the calls. It's just different. You're trying to get the process down. With Zach Martin not taking team reps during OTAs at minicamp, Bass got the majority at work at right guard. So that's telling you something. Okay? But the center reps have still been present. While he feels most comfortable at guard in the present time, he admits that it changes based on where he gets most of his reps of practice. It's weird how it changes, he said. It depends on where I get most reps. I've been getting most reps at guard. It helps to watch Zach and catch the little things. Yeah, definitely watch a Hall of Famer. That's in your best interest. While Martin has been a mentor for the young rising talent, Bass himself has taken on the task of helping bring along rookie Cooper Beebe in his first few months with the Cowboys. Even though Beebe is technically Bass's competition at multiple positions up front, Bass and fellow interior lineman Brock Hoffman have kept it professional and have embraced a new member of their offensive line unit just like they would anyone else. Just remember, everybody, TJ Bass will not be the starter at center, but looking forward, okay, we're talking position flex. TJ Bass has already taken a lot of snaps. He's played some left guard last year. He didn't play right guard in a game last year, but he's getting a lot of reps at right guard. If Zach Martin decides to hang him up after this year, we have plenty of options. We know Cooper Beebe can hit the ground running at either guard position and be dominant. So, and Brock Hoffman is the first one in the building, last one to leave. He got 2 or 3 starts last year for Tyler Biotish and looked not any worse than Biotish, bigger guy with more reps. I think he could really take a step forward. I know the coaching staff loves Brock Hoffman, especially the offensive line coach. I think it's Brock Hoffman's job to lose. So it'll be interesting. Everybody goes, well, if Cooper Beebe doesn't start at center, I don't know that he's not going to start at center. I think this year, Dallas is going to put the best 5 offensive linemen on the field. If Tyler Guyton, all early reports are glowing, albeit with no pads on. See, that's the difference. So Guyton will get plenty of opportunity, but if he gets hurt or if he struggles to the point, well, then they'll move Tyler Smith out the left tackle if need be. They'll move Tyler, or they got Chuma Edoga, who I don't like. I'm on board of saying I can't stand. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of options, but we need to see it play out. I think injuries are going to take a toll. like they always do. Somebody's going to get nicked up. It's going to open the door for another player. The good thing is, people, we have a lot of talent to deal with, okay? TJ Bass has done it. Brock Hoffman's done it. We're bringing in a Cooper Beebe. We got a Tyler Guyton. We got existing Pro Bowlers in Terrence Steele, who's a year removed from the ACL, Zach Martin, Hall of Famer, and Tyler Smith. People are over exaggerating the weakness of our offensive line. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but we are as stacked as we've been in quite some time on the offensive line. I would say since Travis Frederick was at his peak. Now, we need to see who wins these battles, but it's a good thing, people. It's a good thing. Just like the Eagles. Eagles are looking for who's going to step up. Who's going to step up. Now, you went out and got Mekhi Becton. I'm hearing that they might still be looking for more offensive linemen. Again, you can never have too many offensive linemen, especially when you lose somebody. And Dallas is preparing for when Zach Martin retires. They are. It's a reality, people. He's talking about it. If you're talking about it, you're almost there mentally. So don't expect Zach to be here. I hope he stays more than one more year. But if his heart's not in it, he's got young kids, then I wish him well, and we need to be prepared. But this is the NFL where the best guy is going to play, says TJ Bass. So you're not going to try and sabotage him or anything like that, Bass says. You have to put your ego aside, and if he needs help, help him. Outside the building, hang out. It's different in other places, but in our room, that matters to us. So just wanted to do a video, people, on a couple players. Willie Harvey Jr., we'll see. I think they're going to sign him. He was the UFL player, defensive player of the year. Or exactly what was it? He was the where he led the league tackles. Yeah, Harvey put together an all UFL season. So I don't know what that means. Whatever, but he led the league in tackles for linebackers, tackles for loss, and forced fumbles. He's a big, not tall, but 230, 5'11". He would probably dwarf Nagobi Dean. But, that being said, I welcome it. We need as many the competition is what's big. When you think you have everything set, I hate when you go into seasons and we have everything set, so it's just the backups are playing for playing for playing time. Now it's good to keep everybody on edge as far as multiple spots. As long as you have the bodies that are good enough, that just creates depth. So, hey, I'm for it. Last year with our linebacker situation, it was an absolute disaster coming down the stretch where we had 205-pound Marquise Bell starting a linebacker in a playoff game. That's not good. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I'm still going to, this will be released later. So, I'll just shut up. But yeah, you'll see this around noon, maybe 11-ish. Now I'll do it for 12. High noon Eastern time. All right, everybody, I will talk to everybody later. Peace out.